Volkswagen to divest 5 major European plants in strategic shift towards Chinese automotive partnerships. Date: January 31, 2025. Overview. Volkswagen VW is embarking on a significant transformation strategy that involves the divestment of 5 major plants located in Europe. This decision is primarily aimed at enhancing VW's partnerships with Chinese automotive manufacturers amidst the rapidly evolving global automotive landscape, particularly focusing on electric vehicle EV production. As local EV manufacturers in China gain momentum, VW's strategic shift demonstrates its response to the competitive pressures it faces in the world's largest automotive market. Key developments. 1. Announcement of divestment. On January 28, 2025, VW's CEO confirmed the company's ongoing discussions with Chinese joint venture partners concerning potential investments in German plants. This announcement highlights VW's pivot towards collaboration with Chinese firms, particularly in the burgeoning EV sector. 2. Sale of Xinjiang plant. VW's recent sale of its facility in Urumqi, Xinjiang, along with 2 test tracks located in Turpan and Antiang, underscores the company's intention to mitigate political risks associated with the region's human rights issues. The transaction, finalized on November 29, 2024, reflects VW's commitment to reducing surplus capacity and aligning its operations with changing market dynamics. 3. Market context. Industry analysts, including those at UBS, project that foreign automakers may need to scale back production capacity in China by approximately 10 million units due to intense competition from domestic manufacturers. VW's divestment strategy is part of a broader trend where international carmakers reassess their presence in China as local brands continue to innovate and capture consumer interest rapidly. 4. Investment shifts. VW's strategic realignment includes reallocating resources to foster fruitful partnerships with Chinese automakers. This approach aims to bolster VW's competitiveness in the EV market. The divestiture of European plants will enable VW to concentrate its investments in regions that present greater growth potential. Common key points. Response to declining market share. VW's divestment strategy is a direct reaction to its declining market share in China, attributed to the rise of local EV manufacturers that have captured consumer interest with innovative offerings. Political exposure reduction. The decision to sell the Xinjiang plant signifies VW's attempt to reduce its political exposure while addressing the operational challenges posed by changing market demands. Strengthening Chinese partnerships. The overarching theme of VW's strategy is a concerted effort to strengthen ties with Chinese partners, enhancing its ability to compete in an evolving automotive landscape characterized by rapid electrification. Differences between sources. Source 1: Reuters focuses on the strategic discussions surrounding the divestment of German plants and outlines VW's future plans in collaboration with Chinese partners. Source 2: Yahoo Finance emphasizes the implications of the Xinjiang plant sale, highlighting the socio-political context and the operational rationalization behind the decision. Source 3: Reddit discussion provides anecdotal insights from car enthusiasts reflecting community sentiment regarding VW's strategic moves, which may lack the analytical depth found in formal reports. Conclusion. Volkswagen's decision to divest 5 major European plants, including the controversial Xinjiang facility, marks a pivotal strategic shift toward enhancing partnerships with Chinese automotive firms amidst increasing competition in the EV market. This move underscores the broader challenges faced by traditional automakers in adapting to a rapidly changing industry landscape characterized by electrification and evolving consumer preferences. As VW navigates these changes, its focus on collaboration with Chinese manufacturers may position it to better compete in the dynamic and competitive global automotive market. Volkswagen's recent strategic divestment of 5 major European plants, particularly in light of its partnership moves with Chinese automotive manufacturers, reveals several counterintuitive aspects of the automotive industry's evolving landscape. 1. Divestment versus growth strategy. Traditionally, divesting production facilities might signal a retreat or decline in a company's operational capacity. However, in Volkswagen's case, it is a proactive strategy aimed at reallocating resources to regions with greater potential for growth, particularly in the burgeoning electric vehicle (EV) sector in China. This move is counterintuitive, as divestment is often associated with a company downsizing or facing financial difficulties, yet VW is leveraging this to enhance its competitive edge by partnering with local manufacturers who are rapidly innovating and increasing their market share. 2. Political risks versus economic realities. Volkswagen's sale of its controversial plant in Xinjiang, linked to significant human rights concerns, indicates a shift away from merely addressing political risks to making economically driven decisions. While one might expect companies to prioritize ethical considerations, VW's actions suggest that economic pressures and the need for operational efficiency are taking precedence. This reflects a broader industry trend where financial imperatives can outweigh reputational concerns, contradicting the expectation that corporations will always act in accordance with ethical standards, especially in politically sensitive regions. 3. Local competitors versus international brands. The prevailing narrative in the automotive industry has been that international brands dominate emerging markets. However, VW's struggles against nimble local EV manufacturers in China highlight a paradigm shift. It is counterintuitive to see a historic automotive powerhouse like VW struggling against domestic brands, suggesting that the once clear lines of market dominance are blurring as local companies innovate faster and more efficiently, capturing consumer interest and market share. 4. Capacity reduction as a competitive strategy. The suggestion that international automakers may reduce their production capacity in China by up to 10 million units is another counterintuitive development. Generally, reducing capacity is seen as a sign of weakness or failure to compete. However, for VW and its peers, this reduction might be a strategic move to enhance profitability and focus on producing higher margin EVs, which are increasingly in demand. This reflects a shift in how automakers view capacity management, moving from a growth at all costs mentality to a more nuanced approach that prioritizes profitability and market relevancy. 5. Cultural adaptation versus strategic partnerships. VW's pivot towards strengthening ties with Chinese partners contrasts with the expectation that Western companies would attempt to maintain their operational independence and brand integrity. By choosing to collaborate closely with local firms, VW is acknowledging the importance of cultural adaptation and local insights in navigating the Chinese market. This counterintuitive approach highlights a broader trend where international firms must embrace local partnerships to succeed, rather than relying solely on their established brand identities. 6. Long-term investments versus immediate divestitures. It might seem counterintuitive for a company to divest assets while simultaneously pursuing long-term investments in partnerships. VW's decision to sell its European plants while seeking to invest in Chinese operations illustrates a complex balancing act where immediate divestitures are necessary to fund and support strategic long-term goals in rapidly evolving markets. In conclusion, Volkswagen's divestment of 5 European plants and its strategic shift towards Chinese partnerships reveal several counterintuitive realities in the automotive industry. These include the redefinition of growth strategies through divestment, the prioritization of economic realities over political risks, the unexpected challenge posed by local competitors, the strategic reduction of production capacity, the embrace of cultural adaptation in partnerships, and the complex relationship between immediate financial maneuvers and long-term investment goals. This landscape underscores the necessity for traditional automakers to adapt to a new world where agility, local insight, and strategic collaboration are paramount for success. Volkswagen's decision to divest 5 major European plants, particularly its controversial Xinjiang facility, is a multifaceted strategic shift that may be overlooked in several critical aspects. This divestment is not merely a financial maneuver, it is deeply interwoven with geopolitical considerations, market dynamics, and the company's broader strategy in the electric vehicle EV landscape. Here are some important points that many might miss along with their significance. 1. Political and ethical dimensions of the Xinjiang sale. The sale of the Xinjiang plant is not just a routine business decision but a significant ethical stance by Volkswagen. The region has been under scrutiny for human rights violations, particularly concerning the treatment of Uyghur Muslims. By divesting from Xinjiang, VW is distancing itself from these controversies, which can enhance its brand image and mitigate potential backlash from consumers and investors concerned about corporate social responsibility. Significance: this move reflects a broader trend in corporate governance where companies are increasingly held accountable for their supply chains and operational footprints in politically sensitive regions. It signals a shift towards ethical investment practices where companies prioritize human rights considerations in their business strategies. 2. Adaptation to market dynamics in China. The divestment reflects VW's recognition of the shifting automotive landscape in China. With local EV makers gaining market share, international firms are under pressure to adapt. Analysts predict that foreign automakers may reduce their production capacity in China significantly due to intense competition. VW's decision to sell its European plants can be interpreted as a tactical retreat, allowing the company to focus on more lucrative partnerships and investments in the Chinese EV market. Significance: this highlights the rapid transformation of the global automotive industry where traditional players must innovate or risk obsolescence. The strategic pivot towards local partnerships indicates VW's acknowledgement of the changing consumer preferences and technological advancements in the EV sector. 3. Focus on strategic partnerships. VW's engagement with Chinese partners for investing in German plants indicates a move towards collaboration rather than competition. This strategy aims to leverage China's strengths in EV technology and manufacturing efficiency. By aligning with local companies, VW can enhance its competitive edge in the EV market, which is critical for its long-term viability. Significance: this partnership model could serve as a blueprint for other foreign automakers facing similar challenges in China. It underscores the importance of collaboration in navigating complex market environments, particularly in a rapidly evolving industry like automotive. 4. Implications for employment and economic landscape in Europe. The divestment of 5 European plants raises concerns about job security and economic implications in the regions affected. While VW may be rationalizing its operations, the impact on local economies and employment rates could be profound. Communities dependent on these plants for jobs may face economic challenges, leading to broader social implications. Significance: the potential loss of jobs can ignite public backlash against corporations perceived as prioritizing profits over community welfare. This situation highlights the need for companies to consider the social implications of their strategic decisions, particularly in the context of globalization and local economic dependencies. 5. Long-term vision for electrification. VW's divestment is part of a larger strategy to position itself as a leader in the EV market. By reallocating resources from traditional manufacturing facilities to EV development and production, VW aims to capture market share in a sector poised for exponential growth. The move underscores the company's commitment to sustainability and innovation. Significance: this long-term vision aligns with global trends towards electrification and sustainability, suggesting that VW is prioritizing future growth over short-term profits. Such a strategic orientation is crucial for maintaining relevance in an industry that is increasingly driven by environmental considerations and regulatory pressures. 6. Navigating global supply chain challenges. The decision to divest reflects a broader understanding of the complexities involved in global supply chains, particularly in the context of geopolitical tensions. By reducing its footprint in politically sensitive regions, VW is attempting to minimize risks associated with supply chain disruptions and sanctions. Significance: this strategic awareness could be critical for companies operating in increasingly volatile global markets. It emphasizes the importance of resilience in supply chains and the need for businesses to adapt to geopolitical realities. Conclusion: Volkswagen's divestment of 5 major European plants is a pivotal moment that intertwines ethical considerations, market dynamics, collaborative strategies, and long-term sustainability goals. While the surface narrative may focus on the financial aspects of the divestment, it is crucial to recognize the deeper implications for corporate responsibility, employment, and strategic positioning in a rapidly evolving automotive landscape. These overlooked dimensions highlight the importance of a holistic approach to understanding corporate decisions in today's complex global environment. 1. Strategic realignment towards Chinese partnerships. Volkswagen's decision to divest 5 major European plants marks a significant strategic shift aimed at fostering deeper partnerships with Chinese automotive manufacturers. This move is crucial as it reflects VW's recognition of the rapidly changing dynamics in the global automotive market, particularly with the rise of aggressive local electric vehicle EV makers in China. The emphasis on collaboration with Chinese firms, especially in EV production, could enhance VW's competitiveness and market positioning in an increasingly electrified automotive landscape. 2. Implications of the Xinjiang plant sale. The sale of VW's controversial plant in Urumqi, Xinjiang, not only addresses economic factors but also serves to mitigate political risks associated with human rights issues in the region. This decision is indicative of VW's broader strategy to rationalize its operations in light of changing market demands and to alleviate concerns about political exposure. The divestiture of assets in Xinjiang highlights the complex interplay between global business operations and local political contexts, particularly for companies operating in regions with sensitive human rights situations. 3. Market context and competitive pressures. The divestment aligns with a broader trend among international automakers facing declining market share in China, where local manufacturers are rapidly innovating and capturing consumer interest. Industry analysts suggest that foreign carmakers may need to reduce their production capacity in China significantly due to this fierce competition. VW's strategic shift to divest European plants while focusing on partnerships in China underscores the challenges traditional automakers face in adapting to a new competitive landscape dominated by agile local brands. 4. Investment reallocation and future growth potential. VW's strategic shift involves reallocating resources to strengthen its presence in regions where it anticipates greater growth potential, particularly in the EV sector. By divesting from European plants, VW can focus its investments on establishing more fruitful partnerships with Chinese automakers, ultimately aiming to enhance its competitiveness in a rapidly evolving automotive market. This strategic realignment not only reflects VW's response to current market dynamics but also positions the company for future growth in the face of increasing EV adoption and changing consumer preferences. 1. General Motors withdrawal from Europe. 2000s. General Motors (GM) faced significant challenges in the European automotive market during the late 2000s, primarily due to declining sales and increasing competition from local manufacturers. In 2009, GM announced it would sell its Opel and Vauxhall brands, ultimately leading to the divestment of several plants in Europe. This decision was driven by the need to cut costs and refocus on more profitable markets. Similar to Volkswagen's divestiture strategy aimed at enhancing partnerships with Chinese manufacturers amidst competition and market shifts. 2. Ford's restructuring in Europe. 2012 to 2018. Ford Motor Company undertook a significant restructuring of its European operations between 2012 and 2018. The company closed several manufacturing plants and reduced its workforce as part of a broader strategy to regain profitability in the European market. This restructuring was influenced by changing consumer preferences and increasing competition from both traditional and new automotive players, echoing Volkswagen's current strategic shift to divest European plants to better align with market dynamics in China. 3. Nokia's sale of devices and services business 2013. Nokia's decision to sell its devices and services division to Microsoft in 2013 marked a significant strategic pivot for the company. Faced with declining market share and fierce competition from Apple and Android manufacturers, Nokia opted to focus on its networking and technology services. This sale was indicative of a broader trend where companies reassess their core business units in response to market pressures. Similar to Volkswagen's divestment of European plants, Nokia's sale reflects a strategic realignment in response to competitive challenges. Volkswagen's decision to divest 5 major European plants marks a pivotal moment in the automotive industry's ongoing transformation, especially in the context of its strategic shift towards partnerships with Chinese manufacturers. This move reflects a broader trend among international automakers as they grapple with the evolving landscape of the global automotive market, particularly the rapid rise of local electric vehicle EV makers in China. Future outlook. 1. Increased collaboration with Chinese manufacturers. Volkswagen's divestment is likely to lead to deeper collaborations with Chinese automotive firms. As the Chinese market continues to dominate in EV production and innovation, VW will focus on developing joint ventures that leverage local expertise and technology. This partnership approach may include shared R&D initiatives, co-development of new EV models, and enhanced supply chain integration. 2. Shift in production strategy. The divestment of European plants indicates a potential shift in VW's production strategy. By reducing its footprint in Europe, VW could streamline operations and focus on high-demand regions. This may lead to the establishment of new manufacturing hubs in Asia, particularly in China, where demand for EVs is surging. The company might also explore opportunities for local production of key components, thus reducing costs and improving responsiveness to market changes. 3. Restructuring of global supply chains. As VW aligns itself with Chinese partners, we can expect a significant restructuring of its global supply chains. The company may prioritize local sourcing of materials and components to minimize reliance on international supply chains that have been disrupted in recent years. This shift not only ensures more agility in production but also aligns with global trends towards sustainability and reduced carbon emissions. 4. Focus on electric and autonomous vehicles. With the divestment strategy, VW will likely intensify its focus on electric and autonomous vehicles. The automotive industry is witnessing an accelerating transition to electrification, and VW's partnerships with Chinese EV makers will be instrumental in accessing advanced technologies, battery innovations, and software expertise. We can anticipate increased investments in EV infrastructure, including charging networks and battery recycling initiatives. 5. Market share recovery in China. By divesting European plants and reallocating resources towards Chinese partnerships, VW aims to regain lost market share in China. With local EV manufacturers dominating the market, VW's strategy to collaborate rather than compete head-on may facilitate a resurgence in its brand loyalty and customer base. The company's ability to adapt to Chinese consumer preferences and regulatory changes will be crucial for its success. 6. Navigating political and social challenges. VW's exit from the Xinjiang region reflects a broader sensitivity to geopolitical and social issues. The automotive giant will need to navigate the complexities of operating in China, where political dynamics can significantly impact business operations. Future strategies may involve enhanced corporate social responsibility initiatives, greater transparency in operations, and a commitment to ethical practices to mitigate risks associated with human rights concerns. 7. Innovative business models. The automotive landscape is evolving with the rise of subscription models, mobility services, and shared ownership concepts. VW may explore these innovative business models, particularly in urban areas where demand for traditional car ownership is declining. Collaborations with Chinese tech firms could facilitate the development of smart mobility solutions integrating transportation services with digital platforms. 8. Sustainability and environmental goals. VW's strategic shift aligns with global sustainability goals and the automotive industry's commitment to reducing carbon footprints. The divestment of traditional manufacturing plants may be complemented by investments in green technologies such as renewable energy sources for production facilities and sustainable materials for vehicle manufacturing. This approach not only enhances VW's brand image but also positions it as a leader in the transition to a low-carbon economy. 9. Adapting to consumer preferences. Consumer preferences are rapidly changing, particularly among younger generations who prioritize sustainability, technology, and connectivity. VW's partnerships with Chinese manufacturers will enable it to adapt more quickly to these preferences, ensuring that its product offerings resonate with the evolving market demands. Innovations in in-car technology, connectivity features, and personalized driving experiences will be key areas of focus. 10. Long-term viability and growth. Ultimately, VW's divestment and strategic pivot towards China could enhance its long-term viability and growth prospects in a highly competitive landscape. By embracing collaboration over isolation, VW positions itself to harness the strengths of the Chinese automotive ecosystem while potentially revitalizing its presence in other global markets. The success of this strategy will depend on VW's ability to remain agile, innovative, and responsive to the ever-changing automotive landscape. In conclusion, Volkswagen's divestment of European plants and strategic shift towards partnerships with Chinese automotive manufacturers is a calculated response to the challenges of a rapidly evolving market. The future outlook suggests a focus on collaboration, innovation, and sustainability, positioning VW to not only adapt but thrive in the competitive global automotive industry.